morning. The breath dictates everything we do. It dictates our moods, our physiological, our psychological functions. Also, it allows us to be present and have a relationship with ourselves, with our environment, with our movements. So today, I'm gonna be going through the basics of breathing. And as I delve more into it, because breathing is very complicated and intricate, but it's also very simple at the same time. So it's more than just one video. So today we're gonna go ahead and touch on the basics and go from there. Breathing is the first thing we do when we enter this world. It's the last thing we do when we exit. How we breathe in between will dictate the quality of our life. So with that being said, it's important that we understand proper breathing mechanics. When you breathe, you want to breathe into the nose and through the diaphragm. So it's going to look like this. As you inhale, you're going to distend your belly out. You're going to place a hand on your chest. Okay, you want to make sure that you're not elevating your shoulders. You want to be very light and subtle with this breath. So it's inhale through the nose, distend the belly, push your hand away. You want this tactile cue. You want to be able to push your hand away. And this hand, you want to make sure that you're not elevating. You want to be very still and quiet through here. And then when you exhale, just allow the breath to naturally drop out. Go ahead and repeat that. So in through the nose, push away. Exhale and just allow the breath to fall naturally. Another way of gauging if you're breathing correctly is place your hands around your rib cage. And what you want to do is you want to fill up to where you feel your hands open up with the distension of your rib cage. So it's into the nose. Into the nose again. And exhale just like so. Okay, so the benefit and the purpose of breathing through the nose. The nose is for breathing, the mouth is for eating. The nose is a filtration system that helps to sanitize the breath. It allows us to utilize oxygen more efficiently with the two gases of nitric oxide and carbon dioxide, right? So when you go through nasal breathing, it helps to restrict the breath, which allows more carbon dioxide. And carbon dioxide is the gas that helps us to oxygenate. It allows oxygen to detach from the hemoglobin into our tissues, and then with the nitric oxide, it allows our blood vessels to open up, right? So now you're more efficient. It helps to pressurize the breath as well, and it's just a more efficient, better way of breathing. So the importance of breathing through the diaphragm is the motor. It's the engine that pushes air, pumps air into the lungs, right? It sits all the way around our thoracic cavity like so. It's also the protector of our visceral organs, right? So it's very important that we set the proper mechanics with the diaphragm. And by breathing through the nose, it allows us to take a nice deep inhalation. So we're not just hitting the top portion of the lungs, we're actually going all the way down to the lower portion of the lungs as well, right? So training the diaphragm, or training us to breathe properly by using the diaphragm, allows us to set stability within our movements as well. For bracing, if we go into deadlifts, a squat, a pull-up, just walking, just life in general. So it's very important that we utilize the diaphragm for how it's supposed to be used. Okay, so there's 4 parts to a breath. There's the inhalation, okay, there's a pause, there's an exhalation, and then there's a pause and repeat, okay? So you want to get used to setting those mechanics and using those properly, okay? So with this movement, we're going to inhale for 5, we're going to hold for 5, we're going to exhale for 5, and then we're going to hold for 5 and repeat, okay? So watch me on this. So we're here, here, just like that. So I inhaled for 5, I held for 5, I exhaled for 5, and then I held for 5. You want to go ahead and repeat that, and what that does, that trains us to breathe efficiently, to set those mechanics, right? To understand what it's supposed to feel like when breathing correctly. Guys, that's our video. I hope you enjoyed it. We're nice and oxygenated now. The breath is so powerful. It's something that you can practice on your own. You can take into your daily life, into your movements, make it a practice. If you have any questions, please reach out. But I hope these tools are a benefit to you. Until the next time, be well.